Yo, hello there, my delicious friends. Hope you're doing beautifully well. It's your boy Mikey again, back with another episode of Let's Replay Elden Ring live on twitch.tv/Mikeymegamega, but maybe we're live on other platforms as well. You're joining us there, or you're watching the HD episodes over on YouTube. Drop a like for your boy, or join us live. A link in the description. We have been smashing our way through the game beautifully. We actually had relatively good progress in the last episode. We did gold free, then we did more got? Question mark? And got Melania's new side mission to burn the tree alive to allow us access by going into the land of the giants and destroying and setting off the thing that will be like an eternal flame to burn the tree. And then later we'll just have to set off the aspect of death back into the universe so that the burning of the tree can actually kill the tree. That's called a win-win. Bish bash bosh. How's your uncle? Thank you very much for joining us. It's lovely to see you gorgeous people. Hey, Ayatollah. Kiteser is alright, sir. Valvenge is never on the end. He's always in the middle of my heart. Panda Star Force. The hero of the skies. Black Eyes, Black Heart. Starbright. A constellation is Panda. Constellation of wisdom and grace. Thanks for joining us. This is our second lift in the game. You lift me higher. We're getting there. Next time I play this game, I reckon we can do it in a single weekend. Cutting through this quickly is so fun. Which ending did you do for your first playthrough? Thanks to some guidance, I ended up doing Rani's quest. I would never, ever have gone anywhere near it on my own. I don't understand the clues. But yeah, we took on Rani's stuff. We went through all the households in Vicarian Manor. Did her side tasks. Undertook her main task. Found her original body next to one of the dead gods. Killed Cyber Wolfie. Her side guy, Blaith. Re-enabled her destiny, and then slew the last essence of the combined Marika entity that was the last humanoid vassal of the attempted unshattered ring. And after killing that vassal, it's allowed to fully coalesce back into its Elden Beast form, which was the first transport element. It had to be in a form of a beast so that the greater will could literally send it from its dimension into our reality. So it kind of like, you know, broke the enzymes back down, so it went back into its beast OG form, and we slew it for the Dark Moon. I think that's what happened. It is very confusing. But yeah, we basically Dark Moon ascended so that the fate as guided by Rani was back in power. It's even quicker with just 2 for lift and the Elden Beast. You can do all the remembrances about 2 hours in. It's a fun bash. Ooh. More stars for the Panda Clan. Oh yeah. You should try the Frenzied Flame ending. It's got a unique cutscene with Melina. Oh, is that why she's got the curse on her eye? Oh my god. Is her other eye a frenzied flame eye? And she's had to seal it. Look at this view! It's lovely up here. I mean, we're probably going to ruin it for someone, but... heckin' cheese. Right. May Chaos take the world. But that's a different god. Chaos? Wait, are you referencing that? What even was that? Did that ever get turned into a game? Before Final Fantasy 15 came out? That's a lie. Before Final Fantasy 16 came out, everybody was going nuts about a Final Fantasy demo. And it was like a meme. It was a really short demo where somebody was like, chaos, chaos, and then was that ever turned into a video game? Okay. Forget the bird, follow the river. Got it. We need to get up there somehow. I love... Do you know what? The color scheme themes for all of these areas, they just keep outdoing themselves. After all of those warm reds and russets and tones and tans from the Altus Plateau into all of the gold of Leyendell, to come up here and suddenly get hit with all these whites and blues, it's like a palette cleanser. It's gorgeous. And yet, you go and play Stellar Blade, and what have you got? We've got this desert zone, or if you get really far into the game, you've got that desert zone. Didn't I kill you?
Finally, we meet the Tarnished, who would be Lord. Oh my. Why the long face? I fear that you were previously acquainted with this vessel.
Oh, he knows.
Well, that is most unfortunate. For he is dead.
Oh.
As for his flesh, he gave it to me. Shabriri, I hope you can make your peace with that.
So this is like a Kandra. So this isn't Kelsia. This is the Kandra at the very end. So what creature is he that he's been given a body to inhabit? Because one of the snake demons takes the form of a person. One of the dragons takes the form of a person.
You were about to sacrifice something precious. The life of a fair maiden that you would toss into the fiery forge, only so that you may be Lord. What a horrible thing to ponder. Your ascendancy requires her sacrifice, whether she wishes it or not. But how would the Lord, crowned so, be looked upon?
Do you want me to murder him?
Chosen, tarnished, and would-be Lord, dare to tread the path of true rigor.
Shabriri
Spare the poor girl
is the guy who first saw the flame of
consumes your own
chaos.
flesh in her stead. If you are prepared to show resolve,
You'll love the Frenzy
and attain
Flame quest and
lordship
Shabriri
through
quest.
righteous hardship,
Really?
then
Okay,
heed
hey.
the words of
Shall we...
I,
Now, I'm going to keep this in this game
Shabriri.
for the DLC, because I don't want to make it any harder than it needs to be. But if we have a new game plus this, shall we pursue the chaos?
Chosen, tarnished, descend into the depths, seek audience. If you inherit the flame of frenzy, your flesh will serve as kindling.
I'm going to be honest, I already did that in Dark Souls 1. I became the kindling for the flame,
setting you
for the great fire.
The path, burn and incinerate all that divides and distinguishes.
The Duskborn is my favourite from Fear.
Chaos.
Which one's Fear? Is that the... I'm too scared to get grafted.
Take the world.
Oh, wow, he's... Right. I sensed his passion at the end.
Chosen, descend and seek audience.
Alright, now I kill him. Hey, Lady Lauren. How you doing, dude? Mikey, I DM'd you again of the utmost important information. Is the information to do with your growing acquaintance with a certain someone? Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, girl. I'm gonna check that out, okay? You give me the you serve me up that latest dish, you sweet goss girl. I'll check it out later, mate. How you doing? How you doing?
What's this? This I did not expect. But if you do not care for the lordship, I'm afraid you will have no use.
Ooh, that Chaos Flame is a quick-acting anathema to my business. Possibly. Ooh, he's got a bad attitude. It's alright. I've just got to stop him from doing that. Mikey, frenzy flame to the face is a bad idea. Not according to the videos that I watch. Literally takes down bosses in seconds. What are you doing? I feel like you guys are really like slow. You're really quick to type out actions, and then you're really slow to type out consequences. We need to talk about how we communicate, you guys, okay? We clearly do things a little bit differently. Alright, there we go. Shabriri is chaos incarnate. I cannot die. So that guy was an aspect.
Die. May chaos.
Oh wow, that was deep with pathos. So was that guy an agent of the Chaos Guard? Shabriri was like one of the demigods of the Chaos Lord? Or the Chaos entity god thing itself? That guy gave his body over so that it had a humanoid aspect to commune in this world, but hoped to give me the quest line to increase Chaos's influence over the greater will version of influence in this universe? What has Melina got to say about that?
There is something I'd like to say.
Oh, yeah.
My purpose was given to me by my mother.
Oh, she found
but
it.
Now, I act of my own volition.
And her mother
I
was...
have set my heart upon the world that I would have.
Her mother was Marika.
Regardless of my mother's designs. I won't allow anyone to speak ill of that. Not even you.
Final Fantasy XIV got an expansion pack delayed by the devs, just so that people could play the Elden Ring DLC. That's probably a very good idea. I know it's outrageous and unfair, but probably a good sly move. Sure love you big time. Oh, there's no more dialogue. Oh, that Chaos God incarnation didn't have any runes. What am I doing? Oh, sorry. Oh, wow. That's the first time I've done that by accident in this playthrough. This used to be a real problem for me. I was having shaft issues. Sorry, ladies. I'm usually better than that. I was a bit stressed out. I'd had a long day at work. I was just getting tired. It's not you, it's me. Don't worry. Oh man, this game is so gorgeous. Hey Spubs. Cutesy Wolfie, how you doing? You ever just been tugging on it like it's an elastic band? This guy looks chill. A wonderful giant's causeway. So why were there flame priests up there? But sorry, but come on, man. This is just so gorgeous. Look, there's Rani's moon. And then it doubles up there. So all the giants are dead. There's only one living giant. All the others were killed and locked in death. Did the Erdtree itself refuse to recycle the life of the giants? Because they're an enemy of the greater will in terms of like the Erdtree's sense of order that it's imposing? Or are they locked in a form of death because Marika shattered the ring? You missed a dungeon. Hey, Nowlis. Oh, don't worry, Nowlis. I'm actually... This particular playthrough is my... this is not my Let's Explore playthrough. This is my... I'd quite like to see if I can complete the game relatively directly playthrough. So we're just focusing on what we have to do and picking up whatever items within reason make me strong enough to do it. It's not a speed run because we're like, 14 hours or something deep. But it is like, compared to my long exploration first time I played it, it's a more efficient, tight, linear adventure. I'm on a low, but not too bad. Okay, okay. They happen. Lows be real. Right, put your feet up. Get yourself a cup of tea, maybe a biscuit. Oh, Jesus! Maybe a biscuit. Oh, no! No! Oh! I forget. The dog steps forward when it turns around. Damn! Nearly wet myself. Okay. Oh, I can't open a map because I'm in combat with a giant golem 15 miles away who's firing an arrow into a rock. Alright, I assume I'm going up that bridge. Biscuit or no biscuit? Yeah, sorry, I reversed my opinion on that biscuit really violently. Sorry, I just remembered that all the biscuits are poisoned now. No, no! Yeah, just get a cup of tea. Just a cup of tea will do. Start off with a cuppa and see if you want a biscuit afterwards. As for later. How can your gamer heart handle this kind of skipping? I feel so bad when I miss something. No, Howlis, for real though. When I first played this... Edibito, I know, dude. Howlis, when I first played this game, I took my time and I explored everything that I wanted to. I played for 140 something hours. At least 135, according to my Let's Play episodes. Where we looked and we explored and we died and we laughed and we cried. That was 2 years ago, and it took so long I was almost miserable. So coming back now for more of a, hey, let's just vibe the game. This is our let's just vibe playthrough, do you know what I mean? So a fresh experience 2 years later, fresh opinions, fresh emotional feelings, popping a character that lets us focus on the actual lore and the narrative without getting constantly distracted by side stuff. Also having a build that's very physically strong, instead of wasting my time on Glinty. Man, I was investing into Glinty like I was in a pyramid scheme. I was convincing myself that it was worth it. And you guys were like, Mikey, stop throwing all those good souls into intelligence. Stop doing it. You're never going to see that again. You're never going to get your money back. And I was like, no, 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 no. The first round of investors, they got their money back. They're using Glintstone Arc really well. And soon that will be me. And you guys were like, Mikey, you need to respec. And I was like, you guys don't believe in my dream. So we're past all of that. We're past all of that. Now we're just enjoying the game efficiently and directly. I also just recently played Lords of the Fallen. Which is a pretty good, now that I go back and I play Elden Ring, the difference in quality is actually still very big. But I hadn't played a Souls game for a long time until we played Lords of the Fallen. And so I found that to be a very good Souls copy kind of game for what it was. Now that we're playing Elden Ring, I'm just like, actually, now I remember what my standards were. But that step difference was a big, good learning curve. Oh, yeah, we're going to go through... There's an entire castle up here. We're going to go down here somewhere, are we? Kind of want that map. I might lean right and try to get on this road just so I can do that map fragment. No, one sec, let's have a quick look at this. Get yourself a cup of tea, maybe a biscuit. Oh, Jesus! Maybe a biscuit. Oh, no! No! Oh. Yeah, yeah, no biscuit, no biscuit. I don't know what your problem is, mate. No biscuit, no biscuit. You want to go southwest, never eat shredded wheat. Okay, great. That's towards the map fragment anyway. Perfect. Lords of the Fallen's actually available on Game Pass. That castle takes you to the Hidettree. Oh. Elden Ring is not the best starting point. It's too good. You can't... Yeah. That's a very good way to put it. I would... You know what? I agree. I would never recommend... If somebody was like, Mikey, I bought a PS5. I'm absolutely open-minded. What handful of games should I try first to get into the world of gaming? I would not recommend Elden Ring, because you need to experience a normal good video game before you can appreciate how insanely good this is. It's like when people are just like, oh, what should I watch? I want to get into anime. Akira is considered one of the greatest anime movies of all time. But, like, you would be out of your mind if you recommended that as somebody's first experience of watching an anime movie. That's when you realise you just offered out your last biscuit and you take it back instantly. I wouldn't go that nuts over a standard biscuit, but if it was a McVitie's caramel, if it was a chocolate caramel, and my last... Because those you can dunk for a really good time. Because the caramel keeps it all, like, together. It doesn't fall apart in the mug. Then, yeah, I'd probably have some emotions, sure. My first anime movie was Ghost in the Shell. My first anime was Berserk. Wow, that's not too bad. I mean... Man, the OG Berserk. Na, 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 na. Yeah. Hey, man, Berserk's a banger. Again, though, like, you need to be aware that you're not watching, like, a fun anime, right? But, like, back in the 90s, a lot of the animes that were coming across weren't slice of life. None of that slice of life stuff was getting translated by the Burning Fun Anime brand or whatever it was that did the distribution for Europe out of Japan and America, I think. They were doing all of the grim big animes. They were doing like Ninja Scroll and Berserk. And they were doing like the Fist of the North Star dub from the OG anime. So everything was like, oh, this is what anime is. Anime is hardcore cartoons. Because, like, back in the 90s, you didn't realize that anime was also lovely casual stuff. You didn't realize that anime was any genre in an anime format. All we saw was for, like, real hardcore shit. And it's like, oh, this is what anime is. Anime is cartoons for cool motherfuckers. Anyway. I've just demonetized for stream again. I think my first anime movie was Akira. Semper, no, too much. Okay. As your number one, Semper, 2 questions. How old were you? And what was your takeaway? What did you think? My first one was Spirited Away. That is a lovely start. Oh, Lady Lauren Green. That is a lovely start. I love how there's loads and loads of Melina dialogue now that we're about to have her do something terrible. Melina.
We're almost there. The flame of ruin lies just ahead. I'm glad it was you I travelled with.
What's good?
I must tender my thanks to Torrent, too. Thank you, Torrent. Please continue to lend your aid. Till the end.
Yeah, it's full of pathos. Why does she feel the need to keep convincing us? because we're about to do something awful. Was Dragon Ball one of your first animes? Just a load of screaming for 10 episodes. Yomido-sama, what was your first anime? I've scripted a really good video, if I say so myself, for 100 years of anime, going through the decades of techniques and influence of the shows. It's a banger. Okay, Ayatollah, I'm sure you've already thought about this, but in that case, do you want to come to the manga museum? Because they also talk about, in the second floor, they have a little bit about the history of anime, and they've got, like, you know, really old footage playing of certain things, and you kind of go in each room and it talks about how it evolved from, like, ukiyo-e woodblock printing and stuff. You could get, like, you could do a little, mate, let me be your, Ayatollah, let me be your cameraman. If you've already got the script, you can do, like, a piece to camera, like a proper, like, BBC historian walking through a field. And it was over here that King Henry's men lined the hill, and the French came forth. But they had not known about one great thing, that it had taken England by storm long before, the Magna Carta. And this invention was, of course, the crossbow. In this field, the Luftwaffe would come to... Anyway, so you can be like... You can walk around there, mate. I'll film you. Dude. For me, it was Death Note. I was so small, I didn't understand it. The Manga Museum. Is that the same place as the Comic Museum? Yeah, maybe it's called a Comic Museum now. But yeah, it's in I think it's in Tokyo. Ayatollah's there for fat anime tits, not museum. Damn. I bought some Rode mics on the business end. Which museum are you talking about? There's a few. Yeah, there's a manga museum. I think it's just called the Manga Museum. And honestly, the ground floor is basically... Because it has a cafe, so it's almost like a manga cafe. Obviously, this is what it was like 15 years ago when I was there. But they've just got shitloads of manga. But on the second floor, it acts a bit more like a museum. Because it sort of talks about the history of manga. But the ground floor is just like a massive cafe with loads of manga. Have you mentioned Flame of Recca? Damn! Okay, that was good. By the way, who said their first anime was Cowboy Bebop? That's a very good one to start with. I think that's a very good one to start with if you're at least... I don't know, if you're at least kind of like 13. Do you know what I mean? If you're recommending to like someone who's not quite a teenager, I think Cowboy Bebop, you won't get as much out of it than if you're a bit older. I mean, honestly, like I'd recommend Cowboy Bebop to somebody who is actually like in their 20s more than I'd recommend it to a teenager. But if I lower everybody's expectations over, you know, the age of consent and what being an adult is, then I get to dip younger and younger in the long term. I'm playing a big game here. I'm just trying to stay out of prison, you know what I'm saying? Don't you all agree that 18 is basically 16? Don't you all agree, Your Honor? No, I'm kidding. Come on now. Let's move on. Will you go to the Poop Museum? No. We won't be visiting your house. My first was probably Gundam or Dragon Ball. Okay, I love that Dragon Ball was a lot of people's firsts. By the way, what is the relationship between these fingers being on this mountain versus those fingers being in Vicarian manner? There's a somber 10 to the left of the church. Oh, lovely. Let me know when I'm near the church. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was going to be obvious or if you guys would have to tell me. Found it. I got invaded. Okay. Is this how I get the Sombra? I have to kill. I will kill again. Who Killed Arnold Palmer? Bloody Finger Okina, a Rivers of Bloodblade. Oh, Jesus Christ, that scared the shit out of me. And an Okina mask. I was reading the description. Fucking hell. Hey, isn't this also an insanely good bleed weapon? Isn't this also like an absolute banger of a sword for a bleed build? Rivers of Blood Katana. Now this doesn't have... So look, this Rivers of Blood Katana does not have an automatic ability assigned, right? It doesn't have an Ash of War. So I could use the Rivers of Blood Katana with the Rivers of Blood Ash of War, right? And stack it. Question mark? I thought you said you hadn't run into the hand spiders in your last playthrough. In my last playthrough I did. I know it's happened. I think maybe you were mentioning spiders a lot. And I was saying that I didn't want to have anything to do with them in terms of just life in general. This was a couple days ago, right? But no, I did Vicarian Estate in the last playthrough. This is the best blood weapon. Oh, this got nerfed. And no, you can't stack blood loss. When you use the skill, it increases the blood skill. Ah, okay. So I can use the blood flame blade technique, but there's no point putting the blood loss blood blade Ash of War on this. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad we've got the big bleed. But we can't play with it. Yeah, is a pole blade better? Damn. Some of the best weapons are from Church Invaders. That's wild. That mask gives you a dex boost. Ooh! Ooh! Yo, I have a need to use them seeds. A wooden mask that depicts an old man baring his teeth. A source of the sobriquet of the great swordsman of the Land of Reeds. It's the Land of Reeds, Sekiro. Raises dexterity and lowers focus. Ooh, I don't even know what focus is. As a live streamer, I've never had much of that. This pops my dex to 45. Hi fam. Am I still medium? Yeah. Alright, now where is that Somber? This is the greatest game in the world. Did I just pick up that Somber just then? What was that thing? 4, 5, 7. Giant's mouth. Hi fam. I prefer a poo bleed. Bit sweet, innit, Ayatollah? Bit sweet. I prefer a flan. Does anybody know what reference that is? You guys never watch what I watch. I hate you guys. Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. You promised me a +10. Mate, I'm made out of Ancient Dragon Smithing Stones. Least interesting thing in the game. It's considered good because it does both physical and fire. So it works well with flame strength, but has less blood build-up than the Bloodhound Fang, but attacks faster. So it stacks faster because it attacks faster. It was so OP it got nerfed. So that's not just for sword. You're talking about the pole blade now. Normal weapons go up to +25. You're lying. Over Dragon 1 is a +10. Morgan Fay, play it the way I am. Honestly, you can do it, Morgan. Play it the way I am. Do a good... Oh, wow, he's phasing out of reality. Do a good dex build. A dex blood bleed strength thing. Just go from boss to boss, power through it. Even without exploring, this game is still really, really fun. Dragon means 10. Yeah, sure thing, Ayatollah. 7 means 9. Whatever you want. Whatever you want the world to be, mate. Alright. Yeah, 9. Alright. Let's go to the round table, Grace. Come on then. Hold out your arms. Hi, sure, Mikey, see you on Monday. It's a 2-month break with no messages. I still tweet. Sometimes I even like stuff in Discord. You get all... Those with the eyes to see. Hi, Tolla. You know what, you don't see me complaining when somebody doesn't hang out in chat for 2 months and then randomly comes back. I just say, hey, nice to see you again. So how come it's a problem when I do it, but it's not a problem when you guys do it? No. I afford myself the same casual, easygoing attitude that I afford you guys. Don't worry about it if you can't hang out. It's lovely to see you when you can. But the reason why I'm so easy with that is because I do the exact same thing. It's called equality. You all want equality until I start doing it. Wait, excuse me. I am so turned around. Oh no, found it. It's because you're the streamer. No, this is give and take.
Well, where have you been hiding? I took you for dead. No matter, it's all the same. Lay out your arms then.
What was I watching? Oh, guys, I just finished watching The House of the Dragon Season 1. Has anybody watched House of the Dragon? Because really, really randomly, we were listening to Blur the other day with Park Life. There's a man who lives at number 10 and he likes to make a flan every now and then in this Park Life. I like to contemplate the series mysteries of the universe because it helps put me in good zen for my Park Life. Anyway, the guy who's the geezer in that music video, oi oi, rah rah rah, rah da da da, Park Life. That geezer guy, in the second to last episode, I think, of House of the Dragon, when it's in the later time skips, he's like, he's in the Council of Kings or whatever. Like, I don't know whose small council it is, but he's a lord who's talking about battle plans. And I recognized him immediately because I just saw the music video. And every time he was speaking, I was just like, Park Life. And his voice is exactly the same. It works so well. Yeah. Oh my god. So, I have also started reading Fire and Blood, the Targaryen Histories book. And Viserys for second, he was a weak king, but his main mistakes were in his family more than they were in the kingdom. The kingdom was still pretty strong, and at the end, when he's just like, look on me as a horrible old man who's not going to be with you much more, but he's your grandfather, he's your husband, he's your friend, he's your father. And I felt for him so much because he was like, I'm looking on a divided family and I love all of you and all I've ever wanted is for us to be unified and strong. And it's like, mate, I felt for him so fucking hard at the end. Anyway. Yeah, mate, Paddy Considine. I had you right there. Right in my hand I was. I could have killed you right then. So you better fucking watch out, mate. Mate, have you guys all seen the one where he comes back from military service and those guys have all been mean to his brother, so he starts taking them out? Does anybody remember what the name of this film is? It is one of the most underrated British cinema films, or British movies, I'll call it. Might have said it before, I enjoyed the series before all of the main characters were a bit unlikable. Yeah, Rinston! I do agree. like, so how to put it, but like in Game of Thrones, you can kind of buy into, like, even though it is more complicated than that, the more you read into it, you can kind of basically buy into the Starks as being the good guys, because you sort of follow them and you like them, and you're seeing the world through their eyes, right? So all the other people are assholes. Whereas House of the Dragon is more of a it's more of a look at the history of what's happened. So it feels like it's less of a narrative where you're supposed to be on someone's side, and it's more like you're just watching a household full of bonkers, awful people vie for power. And like, it was really good after all the different time skips, seeing how their relationships changed. But it's very much less of a following a character arc narrative experience, for sure. You give us freedom and we take the piss. Spirit, I shouldn't give you anything, that's all I know. Should we strengthen this armament? I'd love to. A somber ancient dragon smithing stone is needed. I thought I just picked one up. So I didn't pick up a somber smithy, I just picked up a normal smithy. A normal dragon smithing stone is what I had. Like I said, it was plus 25 normal. Right, Tylo, I thought you were saying that a normal weapon could be upgraded to 25? And I was like, no, Tylo, you're mad. You've never known what you're talking about when it comes to Elden Ring. You just say stuff in chat that's wrong. That's how I remember Tylo. No, I'm kidding. But, because I was like, no, it only goes up to plus 16, doesn't it? But what you're saying is a Dragon 1 is so powerful, it will plus 25 a normal non-somber weapon. Got it. Contextually, I misunderstood. Let's move on to the Land of the Giants, where we were before. A place of great grief and great journey. And wonder at the Church of Repose. I said it was somber, it wasn't. Apologies. No stress, mate. No stress. Guys, we're right here. So is this... So this isn't the Crucible. The Crucible that you're talking about is either a place and or a historical event related to the Halig tree. Is that correct? Whoa, Jesus! Ah, sorry, I was looking at chat. Wow, that was a real driving your car playing with the cassette player for a moment there. Normal weapons go to plus 24, with the Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone bumping it to plus 25. That's insane! I have never seen a plus 20 Smithing Stone. I've never seen like a plus 20... I've never seen like a plus 17 Smithing Stone. Do you know what I mean? No, I don't... Am I going backwards or forwards? Forwards. I have 2 plus 25s. Damn. Plus 25 is like how I like to date women. Do you remember the amount of anguish that this guy caused you? What, the giant boss? No. Pretty easy, mate. It sounds like you're confusing me with somebody who would use a really ineffective glintstone blade, and he'd be constantly jumping off of his horse so that he could cast glintstone arc at the giant's ankle while swearing and crying. Really low damage. That does not sound like me, man. That's not me. I am not that guy. I am not I am not a live streamer. More seeds fulfilling my needs, thank you. Really? I remember you dating a very different number. Go now. Smithing stones go to 8. The stones require multiples. Ah, okay. Oh, right. Yeah, okay, yeah. You just need a lot more of what you already know. Yo, what's in here? I'm really excited. That glintstone guy sounds awesome. You don't want to meet him, Sabanat. Like, one day you'll see, I'll have some champagne, and I'll be like Barney on the Simpson episodes where they go to space, where I'm just like, oh, it begins! Ah! And I just go wild. And suddenly I'm drunkenly respecking, and I respec into a half-effective glinty build again for the last part of Elden Ring. And you guys are, no! He fell off the horse! Mikey's doomed! He was doing so well! He was doing so... I don't even understand. That was non-alcoholic Elden Ring. No, Mikey, he's relapsed. He's relapsed back into Glinty. Right, who's this guy? Oh yeah, what am I supposed to do about that? I can't remember. Go to the side, yeah? Maybe jump. Look at that majestic beast. Does he feel lonely that he's the only one of them that's not dead? Why is the vigor so low? What's vigor? Is that the stat you build up if you're expecting to get hit all the time like an idiot? Don't know her. Don't know her. Get off the horse to dodge, will do. I think you should spec your vigor, Mikey! Well, there's a lot of opinions when you play Souls games. You've all been listening to that vigor propaganda, haven't you? You've been watching those vigor adverts. Listening to those hypnotic vigor cassettes. Health is an anathema to the glass cannon god. God of Glassy, I call it. Look at this view! Look at all the trees just mixing with... There's so many lines and knots and shapes. With this guy kind of stalking... Can I get it so that they're all in the same shot? Look at that. 100 of them, man. I want the giant in the tree all together. Let's go around here. Yeah. Ooh. A bit too lax. Well, that's the sight I needed. Okay, good. Senshi in another life. Who's Senshi? With your explanation of the vigor stat, Mikey, I too think you should spec into vigor. That's negative energy. Yo, Wes, how you doing, man? When you're in a boss fight, but you're also an artist. This game is so pretty! I've said this before. Oh, by the way, I still haven't checked out that art book that was getting recommended. I will look at the Elden Ring art book. To be honest, I've never really opened up my Sekiro one that much. Except when I was feeling poorly. But again, I would love to find a video. There's probably something on YouTube. Specifically about the art direction. Like, what kind of conversations were they having? What was the lead art dev's idea about, like, the in-game visual moments? I'm sure I need to be jumping. Trying to get under him before I healed. Don't worry, I just can't quite remember what it was to do the thing, but I think it's much horse, then make the horse jump, and then get under his ankles. I have the Elden Ring art book. Do note that there's hardly any text or explanations. But is it loads of the concept art and behind the scenes stuff? Because I know I've said this recently, but my pet hate, and this is really easy trap to fall into if it's a film, but my pet hate is buying an art book for a movie or a franchise or a game, and instead of it having insightful artwork, concept art, lead up design and stuff, it has loads of stills, loads of big high def 2-page stills of the game, or just loads of set shots from the film. And it's like, yeah, I've already got that in the film. I could just press pause and I already have exactly that. I bought this book so that I could see like insight into the design behind it. I nearly paid money for a really big Blade Runner 2049 art book. And then I watched a YouTube video where a guy just flips through the pages first, which is, I'd recommend to anyone to save money. And, well, not make mistakes. And half the book was just filler, and it was just loads of still images from the movie. Mike the Mystic, who made the Goliath angry? Well, in essence, the Greater Will did. Because it led to the war that killed all the... This is the last of them. Oh man, I was pressing jump that time. Still too slow. Locked in an animation, but don't worry about it. Yeah, there's a lot of design sketches. The only concept art book I found that actually has real concept art is Darkstalkers 2. Oh, Sinful, is it good? Cyber Wolf, are you playing Total War? That's one of the older ones, right? That came before Rogue Trader. Queelag on YouTube usually has lots of ramblings about behind-the-scenes stuff, where she notes real-life inspirations for the game. Oh yeah? So Queelag is a YouTuber. You're not talking about insight into the boss from Dark Souls 1, right? Man, Tyler knows his business. Okay, I'm paying attention this time. Get off a horse! Oh, shit. Back enough. We might do some leveling up. I watched a YouTube video about leveling up in an area that you can get to that's somewhere. What an insightful sentence, Mikey. Yeah. Based on a Soulsbourne, though. Okay. Like the wheel in the clock representing a real-life item representing eternal life. Yeah, that's very big in Indian culture, right? I vaguely remember that in the early part of Gantz, in the manga, when they go into, like, the Buddhist area, they fight one of those Indian Sutra Buddha statues that has, like, the turn-back time ability. Someone's having a great time over there. What's that? Is that a dog? Oh, he died. Good. Good game. I jumped again, I swear. Okay, did I die because his foot hit me, or did I die because that fireball went through his foot? I thought the fireball would catch onto him and stop. Just get off the horse. It's not worth it. Yeah, that might be fair. I'm literally just taking a massive hit early. Gantz is so good and weird. Yeah, I really feel like Gantz was one of those anime where the guy didn't really have a massive reason to explain what was going on. And then they sort of explain it later. I don't think it was one of those ones where it was a detriment. In the beginning of Gantz, you're literally constantly just like, why is this happening? What is going on? And then I feel like they sort of ever so slightly retcon it a bit by the time they get to the end. Just so that it had some closure. Like, doesn't Gantz end in like a single issue? Like, they do a thing, destroy a thing, and then fall back down to Earth, and they're like, oh, they're alive, they're washed up in the sea. The end. Like, it's like super abrupt, the ending of Gantz. I'm not sure if I read it all correctly. I read it online, so I might have missed something. A cheeky dissy! Alright, one sec. I like your thinking. I'm a big iframes guy. No, wrong move! Oh, I didn't dismount early enough. I wanted it. Just like you described it, I tried to make it happen. You tell him, father! You tell him! Oh, is my dog dead? Oh, never mind. We're going on foot. I better drink this as well, seeing as I'm pretty much one hit kill. Okay, so that thing explodes twice, basically. That red orb kind of exploded, and then it exploded again bigger. I'm pretending you nailed the dismount. We're all going to have to start pretending soon. I had a really smooth, like, boss-to-boss victory in the last playthrough. This time we've gone up a mountain and started dying. So if you're watching the HD episodes on YouTube, thank you very much for joining us along. You can always join us live on Twitch, link in the description, or click the next episode that's probably being served on your screen somewhere right now. Drop a like on this video, and have a good day. Take care.